And a very good morning to you, Tzaneen, on this Saturday, the 4th of April. It's lockdown day in South Africa, day 9. The carnival came to town. Carnival has left town. We've seen a lot of interesting things happen the last week, and also quite a number of shocking things. And I think what we could take out of this week that's just gone by, it's a few things. One of them being the lack of leadership regarding this pandemic, and how it's become a political campaign, and that's very obvious. I mean, the minister was here yesterday, and we went to the crossing center, when the real problem is not at the crossing center. The real problem is at the big taxi rank and at the big shopping centers. That's where the problem is, but we don't go there. We didn't go there because it doesn't fit the narrative. Okay, so we've got some good weather this morning. I had a late night last night. I went to bed early this morning. My team and I finished the newspaper, which is free to download on the link that I posted on this page. And I was going to start the video a little bit earlier. I was a little bit late, but there was a really cool song playing as well, so I didn't want to interrupt that. It's going to be a short video this morning, a short-ish video, because we've got a fantastic video coming this afternoon. Remember I told you guys about Darren from Pest Control, and how they've got a fantastic way of, I don't know the correct term, so I kind of stuffed it up when I was telling you about it, but what they do is, it's like an antimicrobial scrub thing, if I'm understanding it correctly. So because I stuffed it up when I was talking about it, we decided we're going to get Darren on the show this afternoon so that he can explain to us. And then Darren actually went one better and said, listen Joe, how about I come and fetch you this afternoon, and I take you with me, because I've got one of those jobs I'm doing this afternoon, and then you can see exactly what I'm doing. So this is where you and I are going this afternoon. We are going to go with pest control specialists, and we are going to go and do a fancy high-tech modern scrub thingy. And by the end of this afternoon show, you guys will know exactly what the real term for it is, and I won't need to sound off naming it a scrub thingy. So I'm going to visit all the notorious places that we've been visiting every day, but I'm going to do a quick drive around. We're back here at the bottom by Boxer and Spa, and I must tell you, it's dead, and it's good. This is a positive. It looks like the rush that we saw this week is over finally. Thank goodness for that, because 16 million people, I know I had a rant about it yesterday, but 16 million people live off grants in this country. There's 57 million people in South Africa. 16 million of them live off grants. And this place was packed. Those of you who drove with me every day, you will remember how packed this place was yesterday, the day before yesterday, and in fact every day this last week. So can you see the difference? This is promising, and I hope that this is going to help flatten the curve, and I truly hope that all of the people that were standing here this last week, all those thousands of people that came to collect their grants and came to buy their groceries and stock up for the lockdown, I truly hope that there were none of them infected, and that we won't that we won't see a sudden spike next week or in 2 weeks' time. Got guys selling. Looks like the police are. Yep. Thank you, police. So those guys are selling tomatoes out of the back of their Bheki, and the police have stopped and asked him for a permit. So I saw that the guy showed him a permit. I don't know where they got the permit from. Going to go down here at the bottom by Tzaneen Mall's bus rank. Look at how quiet it is. Isn't this amazing? Well, you might be right, Suzette. It could be because it's raining. What do you mean, Helen? What's wrong? Can we not hear anything? See, now, when I heard about lockdown, I expected to see this town to look like this from day one. Exactly. And it didn't, and now it does. Alright, so I'm turning right past Tzaneen Mall, and I'm going to head into the independent state of Claude Wheatley. I see that their borders are still open to foreign travelers. We were here yesterday. For those of you who didn't see the video yesterday, we did a drive around here, and much to our surprise, ran into our mayor and the speaker, and also a number of EXCO members from Health and Environmental Affairs. And they came here and they were busy disinfecting the taxi rank. But what they did say is that they're not going to disinfect the vehicles themselves. They're only disinfecting the buildings, all the structures, and every possible surface that could be touched by a human being. Because, according to the spokesperson, Neville and Lala, this taxi rank is actually owned by the municipality. It's their property. So the reason that they did not disinfect the taxis themselves is because it's expected of the taxi operators to disinfect their vehicles and provide sanitizer and face masks to their passengers. If you miss any of these live shows, morning Willie, what's up? Morris, if you guys miss any of these live streams, because I get it, people are busy, and contrary to what I would like to believe, there are people that actually have other things to do. So if you do miss out on the live streams of the shows, these videos stay on our page, and they're also published to YouTube, and you can watch them whenever you want. And please share them. Share the crap out of these things, because it's unadulterated, unedited, live, and it's showing you the ground zero of Tzaneen during this pandemic. People often criticize me because I drop a bit of a cuss word in there every now and then, but I do that for a reason. I want the people to understand that this is live and there's no post-production on these videos. The only way that you can prove that to your viewers is by showing them that there's no bleeping. So please invite all your friends who want to know what's going on. Invite them to come around to this page, like and follow and share. Okay, so this is Donnie Uber Street. Some people standing in the queues at the ATMs, but they're keeping their distance. There's a friendly Tzaneen inhabitant with her gloves, and she's obviously going to the ATM or the pharmacy. The pharmacy is also there. This is a very big improvement from what we've seen the last few days. So I read a few articles yesterday which said that the street traders are now allowed to trade again. It doesn't look like it's happening here. I saw that the Bapalabora municipality, the BPM, they did release a press release yesterday where they said that all the hawkers who are going to trade during the lockdown should come to the municipal offices and collect their trader permits. So I had a bit of a rant about that, and I think it was valid, the rant, because here we are as tax-paying business owners who actually contribute to the grants and the government and all of that through our taxes, and we have to remain locked up in our houses, while the informal sector, who do not contribute towards the grants that they claim every single month, they're allowed to trade as if it's just business as usual. And then I posed another interesting question, which normally when I pose these questions online, I kind of get a lot of flack or backlash. I'm not being a supremacist or a racist or anything. I'm asking questions which I really actually do want answers for, and our government doesn't give us any answers to anything really. We just see that the Disaster Management Act keeps getting amended and keeps getting changed, and every second day we get new rules, new adjustments. Alright, listen, you guys are upset about this. Well, government's been so nice, we're going to change it. So nobody really knows what's going on, and with that is where I have a serious problem, because so the hawkers that we see in town, and please, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay, but the street sellers, the informal street traders that we see in town, do they not come from the townships and the villages and the rural areas in the first place? So they come here because there's more feet. It makes business sense, right? So they come here where there's more feet and they sell their produce. But now we're in a lockdown. Now they're allowed to trade again. So why don't you just trade where you live? Right? So trade there where the people in your area need you, as a means of providing them with food and whatever else. So instead of doing that, now you're getting into a taxi or a bus and you're coming all the way into a town and you're going to trade here, which means all the people who buy your stuff are also from the same village or township or rural area that you're from. They're also getting into buses and taxis and coming to the same town to come and shop from you here. And that makes no sense. Fruit and veg seems quiet today. There's one or two people, nothing even a fraction of the amount of people that we saw yesterday and the day before that. Right, so I'm going to head up towards Lifestyle Center. I'm going to have a look what's going on there. It's also been really busy at Lifestyle Center throughout this lockdown. And still, remarkably, I have not seen traffic officers driving around. I've not really seen anything, really. I haven't seen, except down there now, today, I must say that it was probably the most activity that I've seen in this town since the lockdown from the police's side, except for yesterday when all of them were there to protect one guy, and they didn't even do that properly because there were hundreds of people, possibly infected people, nobody would know, that were crowding around him. So after Lifestyle Center, I'm going to head up to that very impressive roadblock that just suddenly mushroomed out of nowhere yesterday. Very coincidentally, right before the arrival of Bheki, Cele, and then just moments later disappeared. Yeah, so for those of you who just joined, welcome. This afternoon's show is going to be really exciting. We're going with Darren van Vieren from Pest Control Specialists. We're going with them to see this amazing thing that they do, where they actually do like an antibacterial scrub of a premises. And because I keep buggering up the actual correct terminology for it, he will be showing us what it is and how they do it and how it works and what it's called and. So that should be exciting, and that's not going to be at 4 o'clock. That will be at 20 past 5, half past 5-ish this afternoon. So there's no rugby on, there's no sports on. Be sure to tune in and watch something interesting. I've also been labeled a denialist by some of my friends who are also in the media. I haven't denied the existence of a pandemic at all. Not at all. I've been very neutral, really, because I'm not going to be bullied into a state of panic. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to abide by the rules and try and keep myself and my family safe from this highly infectious virus. Not at all. But I'm not going to be bullied into the mass hysteria. If you keep calm and you do what's expected of you, and you stay at home and you stay clean and you stay safe, the chances are very good that you will be safe. But if you panic, go into a mass hysteria, start building bomb shelters and bunkers expecting the end of the world to happen, that is not going to help anybody anything. And the reason why yesterday I mentioned the citizen journalists that were going around New York City, not for 1 second do I buy into that whole idea either. I don't want to believe that the international media would be so sinister and cover up major deaths and human suffering. But history has taught us that there have been instances, and that, you know, the media is a very powerful tool. The reason I mention that is not because I'm endorsing it, and it's not because I'm saying that the mainstream media is lying and there's no real outbreak. Not at all. And I'm certainly not buying into most of these conspiracy theories either. The reason I mentioned it was to emphasize the importance of this show, because I'm doing what you guys can't do. So you don't have to take your phones and go outdoors and put yourself at risk in order to prove some conspiracy theory, because this show is live and I'm doing it for you, so you can actually see everything with your own eyes. You can see it as it happens. So by no means am I a denialist. I'm just taking a neutral and objective view, because look, it is a pandemic, we know, but there are two sides to every single story, and my job as a journalist is to not panic and buy into a hype or hysteria, and also not to promote controversial theories and conspiracies, but to provide you with both, and you can make up your own mind. So the more detailed my information is, and the better I can bring it across to you, the better and more informed you can be in making your decisions. Right, so the last stop we're doing now, I'm going to quickly drive up to Jetty 3, and then I'll see you guys this afternoon. Please remember to like and follow this page and our YouTube channel. Waiting for Cornay. Using at Cornay. Like our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram as well at Bulletin TZN. We post all our photographs there. Both Rulof, my sport journalist, and myself, we are both photographers as well. So we take our best images and we publish it on Instagram. You're welcome to go there, share it, like it, join in the discussions. The discussions on Facebook do sometimes tend to get heated, but I need to thank all of you for two things. Number one, not one of you has gone personal with each other, which is fantastic. Thank you, because then I don't have to sit and moderate. And also, this discussion so far has been rather civil, so that's great. And the fact that we've reached 1.4 million viewers this last week is because you guys are staying at home. So thank you for your contribution to the fight against this pandemic, to the fight to try and keep the curve as low as possible. We're at Jetty 3 now. So Jetty 3 is the site where they've got a temporary shelter for the homeless.
Joe, my man.
Hey, what's up? Good,
and you?
I'm good, man. I'm always good.
Ah, it's fine.
I got no bananas today, but when I get, I'll bring, I promise, okay?
Okay, no problem.
How are the guys keeping up here?
Everything is good.
Everything's pashash.
Yeah.
It's
They are
more
under
ja.
control.
It's more ja.
Yeah, more.
Mona di fela.
Not fair, lah.
Hey. Shabu.
Sure.
I'm just gonna take a drive like I did the few days. Hey, tada, bra.
Fine, and you?
Hola. I see Fani, our resident rain man, is also watching. Fani, how much rain did we get this morning? I know it was probably not a lot because it wasn't raining for very long. So Jetty 3 is the site where they've erected a temporary shelter for the homeless people. You can read all about that in your bulletin. And there's 45 homeless people here now. And they're being housed in tents that were supplied by the Mopani District Municipality. The guys are in good spirits. They're being fed 3 times a day. They've got a warm bed to sleep in, mattresses, blankets, the works. I see 2 of them, well, not 2, there's a bunch of them here. They are playing a game of soccer, keeping the spirits up. These are the tents that were supplied to them. Good morning, Daniel, Simon Loupsher, my oldest friend on the planet. We grew up together. What's that? We're going for 30 years friendship now, Daniel. And considering you don't come and visit me, I'll just take you through a drive, or through town. Okay. So this is the homeless shelter. But the healthcare guys, Limpopo Health and Social Development is here. Everything seems to be okay. We got bread.
How are you, man? What's wrong?
Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh, we're doing the elbow thing. What's up, Nat?
I'm fine. How's things?
Good, man. How's things here?
No, they're fine.
There's 45 people here now, huh?
Now there are 40. 5 went over.
Oh, okay. Alright, cool.
We talk to them when they agree. We phone their families and then we tell them what they're kept here. And then they also said, how is you tell the condition.
Those 5, now where did they come from?
Some from Mutupa, some from Skororo.
As kids?
Yeah, they're 22 years.
Ah. Alright. Thanks, Natty. We'll stay in touch.
Next week is my birthday. You'll bring cake, ne?
Okay. For the guys that are stuck in their homes, I'm going to do the daily trip to the fish waters for you. Also, the reason why I can actually do this is because there's no place a Ford can't go. So, Bulletin is driven by Ford. Thanks to Likas, guys from BB Ford, Tzaneen. Okay, I'm going to make this a quick trip, guys, because I'm still full for Mark from HiQ. I need to make a stop over there by him quick to fix that puncture I was telling you guys about. At the moment I'm still driving with the spare, and that's not good. So quick stop down here, show you guys, for those of you who miss being outdoors, those of you who are not from here, our viewers in Canada and all over the show, good morning, Mr. Dave Protter. And here is Tzaneen Dam. This is as close as I can get, you guys. I know. Justy Fokuvisser, you were moaning yesterday. Well, here we go, brother. There's your fishing waters. Right, and that's it. That's it for this morning's show. Like I said, please remember to join us. Remember to join us this afternoon at 5:20, 5:30, when Darren van Vieren will be explaining to us how pest control specialists fumigate, or they do like this antimicrobial scrub of a premises. So for more on that, it's going to be really exciting. We'll see you this afternoon. Have a good Saturday and be safe.